Hello friends, this is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, and I've been meaning to make this video for some time, and what I have done is I've been looking at the information, the lack thereof, kind of been like putting all of this stuff together, and it's led me to one conclusion, and that is the capital game Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes is about to launch something big. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to look specifically at evidence that we have seen and stuff that we've not seen or what we haven't been shown yet. Now that being said, guys, this is a speculation video for sure. Don't take anything from this and like, oh, he knows. I have no idea. In this video, I'm going to make some light of some things, guys. And with that, I do want you to know that don't take everything I say here as factual belief. Take it with a little bit of grain of salt. Let us go down into what I'm calling the Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes conspiracy theory. And I'm going to put my conspiracy theory hat on, my conspiracy theory vest on, and I'm going to just dive into this. Let's go to it now. All right, behind me, guys, is my whiteboard, and that is the thing that we're going to be looking at, and it's going to be the focus of this video. And what I want you to know is that while a lot of this stuff is obviously meant to be humorous and joking, a lot of it actually is predominantly what we can use to gather a lot of our information. Now let's start off with something that I've seen a lot of recently, and a lot of people are wondering if Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes is in trouble. And I want to say emphatically no. If you look at how much the Revan event alone made, for those people that were farming Revan, I mean, if you think about that, I spent $100 trying to see how far I could go with one vault. But there are others who spent $300, $400, $500 to get Revan. Now, if you look at SWGOH.gg and if you look at the meta report and see just how many Revans are popping up on the meta report, that means they are Gear 12, that means they're Zated, that means they're there. You've seen them in the top of your arena. You know that Revan is showing up. So how much did they make? A freaking boatload. Right now, if you look at Google Play, and this is just looking at Google Play, it is ranked 16th in the top grossing game category. That's a lot, guys, considering that this game has only been around for almost 3 years. On the 9th, it'll be 3 years. And that is a very big thing. This game's not going anywhere. If it's anything that we've seen from the past, looking towards the future, it is going to continue to ramp up other Star Wars titles. I would not be surprised that soon we are going to get some kind of release with a Grievous, some kind of rework with Kenobi. Why? Because Battlefront 2 is launching or has launched something with those two characters, which means they're connected. It's all connected. EA is behind both of these games, and EA is a profitable company. Whether you like or you dislike, whether you agree or disagree with their business decision, with their business model, they are making bank. Now, some of you are bringing up the idea, well, Zynga, right? Zynga is a game company that was just given control of Star Wars Battlefield, or Commander, I believe it's called. Star Wars Commander, or something to that extent. It's kind of the Clash of Clans for the Star Wars universe, right? And they were just given control of it from another company, and they are going to release some kind of other game tying in to Star Wars. We don't necessarily know yet, but the people at Zynga are like, yeah, we're going to make a ton of money. And they probably will. But I don't view Zynga as a threat. Really what we can see is other threats from other types of games. And if you look at some of the more popular games, now you've got Fortnite, you've got a lot of these live action RPG or live action shoot 'em up or some kind of live action PvP style game. And from the beginning, we know that Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes has been trying to up their PvP game. They did it with tournaments, they did it with Arena, now they've done it with Fleet Arena. Maybe they're working on something else in that vicinity. I don't know. It could very well be the case. I don't think they're going to do something live action Fortnite-esque. That's not what this particular game is about. They could do something like that with another game, another title, but that's a different video for a different series altogether. But if you really want to look at how they've changed PvP, look at the rise and fall of the meta in PvP. We all know that now it's not a one and done meta. If you get one team up there, you could get knocked out of the meta or knocked out of the leadership position pretty quickly. A Revan team is not an unbeatable meta. Neither is a Night Sisters team. Neither is a Traya team. Neither is a Palpatine team. And neither is Bastila. All of these teams are competitive. All of these teams have weaknesses, which makes me want to think that this multi-meta is leading to something big. What is it leading to? I don't necessarily know, but I do think it has something to do with PvP. Completely ruling out that the game is in trouble, focusing on the idea that we have something surrounding PvP because that's what people want, right? That's what, like, all the complaints, or a lot of the complaints. Look at all the YouTube channels that are just really focusing on how to win in the arena. Not all the other stuff that's going on, right? You are farming Traya, you're farming Kenobi or Raid Han because you want to do well in arena, right? All of this points to PvP. Now, a lot of people have talked and wondered, are there other vehicles coming? Now, I don't rightly believe there are. Ships is probably too close to vehicles. I don't know how they would differentiate a vehicles event versus a ship event. It seems... Now, there's a lot of cool vehicles in the game, and it's not... I wouldn't be shocked at all to learn that that was something they're working on. I would be shocked if that's what they launch soon. Now, here are some things that are very interesting. Really, Capital Games hasn't said anything. For the longest time, they said we are going to be very, very excited about this upcoming new information. But Revan? Revan's great. Revan's cool. I like Revan. He's probably the first of many Revans that we're going to be getting. But is he really the thing that would excite everyone? Maybe it is. Maybe he's not. I don't think that he is. I think that was a false flag. I think that was just an illusion, right? That was something that got us kind of excited, just like Chewbacca. Hey, why haven't we gotten an OT Chewbacca? It doesn't make any sense. Well, here we go. One of the things that really throws me off are all of these server updates. Here you have Capital Games, and they're a well-established game company. You have EA that is a crazy big game company, and they're having server problems. Now, granted, I don't have the best knowledge of servers, but if you look at the player base, it's growing and not shrinking, which means they're probably adding servers. Why else would they be adding servers? Well, they need more space for something to add in the game. They've tried to keep the game as light and compact on your phone or device as possible so that you could play around with it, so that you could do whatever you want with it. But what does that rightly mean? It means if they're adding servers, they're either having a huge influx of players or they're adding another game mode that is allowing them to do something, to build something, to add something else. Now, a few cool ideas for a new game mode would be, one, we could potentially have a new energy that's being introduced. Maybe that's mod energy, maybe that's something else. I don't rightly know, but I think we could see something like that. It would also be another place to farm characters and gear. It would be awesome if we could find a place like any new game mode that will allow us to farm Carbantes more easily, stun cuffs more easily. Something that you might have to be a higher level to be able to really unlock or use often, but at the same time, low enough that, 80 to 85 or maybe 75 to 85 players, level 75 to 85 players could still use that shop. I don't rightly know, but it would make sense, and it would ease a lot of the grind for a lot of people. Now, also, if it is a PvP based mode that they're introducing, which don't know if it is or not, it could be. I think that it's likely. I really, really do. Then it would make sense because of this multi-meta concept, right? Give us another area where we can farm more and more characters, where more and more people can farm characters to be more viable. That would be awesome. It would be so freaking cool. Now, the other thing. Now, if they do introduce a new game mode, right? And again, this is something that I really do think is on its way. It's possible that the delay in the road ahead is because there's a bug with the new mode. Granted, the servers being down are going to be a huge part of, or a huge problem. If they have a new mode, it's probably on a beta server, right? Which is going to be closed off to only a specific few, probably like, CG employees, beta testers, people like that. But what they're probably doing is they're probably working out some bugs and some kinks on that server. And if there are bugs and kinks there, then there's probably going to be bugs and kinks on the rest of our servers. Maybe what they're doing with the server updates is they're trying to update them or get them to a point where people are able, where it just doesn't destroy the game, where not everything is down. Now, granted, a few power outs here and there, and granted, it's been quite a few power outs, isn't as problematic, I would say, as introducing a new game and then flopping. Just flopping hard. Because the servers weren't up to date. The game doesn't work. There's a massive bug in the system. In my mind, that's what I think they're doing. Now, I do believe that EA and CG are still going full steam ahead with Galaxy of Heroes. I am excited for that. I think we're going to be getting something soon. And if we don't get it by the end of the week, I think it's possible, very, very possible, that we could get some kind of filler, right? Now, we know in a previous post, they said, hey, guess what? We've moved some stuff around, or based on some changes, we've had to move around the road ahead post. What does that mean? Maybe they're pushing back this update. Maybe they were going to release it earlier, but something happened. A bug, a fix, a problem. I don't rightly know. Because of that, they had to push it back. Maybe what we get is some like filler marquee events. Maybe we get a hero's journey or a legendary event that was scheduled for later, but it's going to be introduced now because later they're going to be throwing out this new game mode. Now, I don't rightly know. If it is a new game mode, what do you guys want to see? What do you want it to look like? Are you excited? Are you just ready for anything at this point? I check the forums daily. Sometimes I'm checking the forums hourly, and I'm like, they still haven't posted anything. All right. I think what's coming next is going to be awesome. Now, at this point, it has to be, and the pressure is really on. But I do think they've delivered in the past, and I think they're going to deliver this time as well. Leave a comment in the section below. Like, subscribe, share. Let me know that if there's a new game mode coming out, what do you want it to look like? This has been Thaddeus from Going Nerdy. This has been my conspiracy moment. As always, my friends, stay nerdy.